Hello everybody, welcome back to Great Company Gaming. Anyway, today we're going to be playing some more DC Universe Online. My character called Kensel, Mental. I'm going to probably make him a DPS, I have no idea at this point, but right now we're just going to go to the mail. And yeah, so if you ain't got the idea of what we're doing with this character, we're practically just, we being Sam and I, which is really just me, are just trying to get this character to level 30 while recording the entire process for you guys to watch, and mainly for us to go back and look at. Because, well, sometimes I'm sentimental and like that, or just get nostalgic. And it's kind of cool to have a whole character's ring up or come up, you know, recorded. I think that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and just clear out my, I don't really pay for the game, so a lot of you guys might hate that, but I say a lot of you. I mean, last time I checked we only had 10 subscribers, so, and our videos don't get any more than probably 10 views, so let's just go ahead and go out and have some fun playing this character here. Journal. I was just playing a lot of On Duty. So, okay, so I need to go to the East End Police Station, which I believe I already am in, so I need to go out to Gotham. I'm in controlling for my role. Okay. I just noticed that. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. It'll probably be around the same length of the last one, which I believe was about just shade under an hour. I'm going to try to get this guy to at least level 19. If I can get to 20, that'd be amazing. But yeah, I just try to get to at least level 18, 19. I think that'll be a great place to end it. Because I've been playing DCUO all day, for like almost all day for the past like 3 days. Today has particularly been all day because, well, I have been snowed in completely. I had basketball practice this morning, and so that way we didn't have to drive back later today. My coach was awesome and had the practice moved up to this morning right after, well, we were already there. We just went to the gym and I forget, it was probably like 45 minutes to an hour long of just a light practice, since we couldn't really come back in later. It was right after we lifted, so we just lifted, watched film, and just go and practice. It's kind of awesome. And again, I'm on spring break. Today was the first official day off. It's Monday. It's not just a weekend anymore. And you know what? I think I'll be fine. Fine, psychologically, I guess that's the word. I don't know what word to use, to be completely honest. Because when I found out, when it was confirmed that I wouldn't get a spring break, I mean, I always kind of knew I wasn't going to get a spring break because of basketball, and our team is actually, luckily, really good, but the one drawback is the season goes long, and you practice till like the end of March, which means you don't get spring break, which means you are still on campus for spring break, and that's fine. But as a redshirt, I have to practically just sit around, practice for games I'm not going to play. So it's kind of annoying, but at the same time I'm getting amazing experiences, so I can't really get mad. The worst part is that I can't really hang out with any of my friends because they all went home. I have one friend down here, but since we're snowed in, I don't really want to bother him to, have to drive through the snow just for us to hang out. Plus, it's a long story, but I'd rather him just stay home anyway. Again, it's a long story. I don't really care this way. But, when the season's over, I already have 2 trips to go back home planned. One for Easter, one for just the sake of going home. I'm excited just to go home. Because I've only gone home to go home once. Last time I went home just to go home was for Christmas. Well, it's already March. I've only been home once since Christmas, and that was like for the worst possible reasons. One of my friends from high school passed away. I just went home for his funeral. I don't even call that going home. I went home for a day. I came down Wednesday nights. I stayed all Thursday. It was Thursday morning, and I went back down Friday. So I stayed for 1 full day and evening. I don't even call that going home. I didn't go home. And that was about a month ago.
I just remembered. The Joker is paying me to look the other way.
How do I do this? It's hidden in a Joker. Of course it's hidden in a Joker gift. So it means I have to open all the Joker gifts. I wasn't even reading what I was supposed to do. I was just, kicking ass, taking names. But apparently I'm supposed to actually open all these presents. There's supposed to be a door terminal hidden in them.
A rough gift is not as fun.
I'm getting a little bit of experience. It's about as much as it's fun to me. So I can't really be mad about that. This is why I hate doing missions with the Joker. This is absolutely why I hate it. Because he does shit like this. Oh, this has to be it. There we go. Ugh, it's annoying. There we go. Now the door's open. It was quite literally the last present I had to open. Just for the sake of making sure I don't have to do it again, I might as well open every single present I see from now on. Because I haven't done this mission in so long, I can't remember which presents do what, or how many times I actually have to open one. So, I think to play it safe, I need to open every single present. Worst case scenario, I have to beat a bunch of enemies and I get more experience. guys' day? Good question, considering that a lot of you are going to be watching and listening to this video. But, you know, I feel like despite being snowed in, I feel like I had a pretty good day. You know, I was snowed in, but I still got a free meal. Still got some groceries done. Just cereal and milk. That's literally it. 4 boxes of cereal and a gallon of milk. Because I was running low on my last bit of milk and one more like half box of cereal. With all the snow, I figured while I'm out, might as well actually get some groceries. So yeah, I think my day is going pretty well. I had to play a lot of DCUO. I practically played it for close to probably 10 hours across 3 or 4 different characters. A lot of that with my mom, which that has been a double-edged sword. At one point, it's the highlight of my day. I get to sit down and play video games with my mom, and that definitely overcasts the worst part of it, which is that she is new to the game. So she is a complete noob. And I mean that she is actually really good. She's catching on to the game really fast. Probably faster than I did. When I first got into the game, I think my first main character was a Mental character, which is why I really like playing Mental, which is what motivates me to make more videos. And because she's slow, we've been playing 3 characters for probably on average 3 or 4 hours a day for the past 3 days. And my character's only level 23, my mom's level 22. And I feel like I've been giving her fish instead of teaching her how to fish, if you guys get that saying. I feel like I was just giving her fish instead of teaching her how. And that kind of bit me in the ass. So now I'm trying to teach her how to fish, essentially, when it comes to the game, like what things mean, and not helping her as much. Because she used to ask me, what are we supposed to do now? I'm like, okay, so we're supposed to go to this place, and this is, you know, so you need to follow me and do this, and this in this spot. Which was basically go over to the portal and go to this police station because this is where we need to go. Rather than you go to this police station because this police station is, a reason though I know to go to this police station is because this mission says to go to this police station, and these police stations are in Gotham, these ones are in Metropolis, so on and so forth until, you know, she would get it. Wait, I need to get a turret. I was an idiot. Tank me is trying to tank with a troll. Yes, I got it. Awesome. But yeah, I mean, playing with my mom, I love playing video games with my mom. I always have. Some of my earliest memories are me watching my mom play video games. And so, it's actually where kind of the love of video games came for me, is watching my mom play video games. The one I remember the most is watching my mom play Ratchet & Clank, the original Ratchet & Clank for PlayStation 2, back when I was like 5. What happened was we just moved from Minnesota to Kansas City, Missouri, and we were still in a hotel room waiting for our house to be, you know, I guess we're waiting for our house to be, you know, finalized, the one we're going to move into. I don't know what the reason was. I was still too young, and I bothered to ask why we stayed in a hotel for 6 weeks. But we did. And So we hooked up a PlayStation 2, and what would happen is my brother and I would play during the day, while my parents, you know, did the adult stuff. Again, I don't understand what was going on at the time because I was 5, and I haven't bothered to go back to my parents and ask. So they would come home.
Why now?
And after, sorry, that was actually my my ringtone. But it's Owen Wilson saying "Wow" if you didn't hear it. All right, Jersey Shore. We're level 18. That's awesome. All right. So traits, weapons, hand blasters. So what was I working on? Bow or I think I was working on bow. Yeah.
You handle the Joker's clowns. I'll track
East End Regal Hotel. Awesome. So try to get at least one more level. If I can get 2, that'd be awesome. It looks like I should be able to get at least 1 more. And I'll be happy with getting to level 19 today.
Swarming with Joker clowns and loaded with Joker toxin.
My goal with this character is to possibly get him to 25 by the end of the week. That's a goal I just made up. But anyway, back to the story of me getting my love for video games. So my parents would come home after doing whatever it is they had to do, or back to the hotel, I shouldn't say back home, and my mom would sit down and continue her memory on Ratchet and Clank, because back then you actually had a memory card, and me, my brother, and my mom each had our own little memory card. So my mom would plug in her memory card, which she kept hidden for obvious reasons. You know, she had a 7 and a 5-year-old at the house. I have an older brother, if you guys didn't know that, who will be turning 22 this April. And so next month my brother's turning 22. It's kind of cool. Well, I'm 19. And so my mom would come back to the hotel, and she would just, me and my brother would beg her to sit down and play 1 level of Ratchet & Clank, which was 1 planet or 1 space station or whatever it was. We'd beg her to play 1, because she was a lot further ahead than we were, because she could, you know, easily play the game and understand what was going on. And me and my brother were practically just blowing crap up the entire time. You know, that was a lot of my childhood until I kind of grew up into the video games, and I, you know, grew into them essentially. All I would do is beg my mom to sit down and play them, because she could advance the story. Because this is before YouTube. You can't just sit down and look up a video on YouTube and, you know, watch the whole cinematic cutscenes, basically just watch the movie and then what happens. You had to play the game to get what happened. This was 2004. YouTube didn't exist back then. So the only way for me and my brother to figure it out, because all we did was, you know, sit around and blow crap up, because that was the idea of Ratchet & Clank. So we would beg our mom to sit down and play at least 1 level, and my mom would always sit down and play a level for me and my brother, and eventually got to the point where she beat the game, and it was almost like we beat the game. Even though we didn't really do anything, we were still like halfway. We were still like the halfway point in the game. My mom beats it. You know, me and my brother are sitting there loving it. My brother eventually beats the game, while I'm sitting here like, how the hell did you do that? Or as my kid himself would say, how the heck did you do that? Because I didn't swear really until 7th grade, 6th, 7th grade. Yeah, then my brother became super good at Ratchet & Clank, and then I became super good at Ratchet & Clank. I've probably beaten the most amount of Ratchet & Clank games, but my brother has probably beaten games in general the most. Like, my brother has probably beaten the first game more than I've beaten all the Ratchet & Clank games put together. My brother has beaten Ratchet & Clank 1 so many times. He has over millions of bolts. He had millions of bolts on memory, and he blames me for deleting them. Which, I swear to God, I didn't. I've always respected my brother too much to do that. Because if there's one thing me and my brother didn't really have growing up, it was sibling rivalry. Like that was like probably the peak of our sibling rivalry. Was my brother blaming me for deleting his Ratchet and Clank account or Ratchet and Clank account.
Wow.
And there goes my ringtone again. I should seriously turn it off. It's just when my buddy's texting me from college. He went back home. We're actually from neighboring towns.
Oh, I just remembered. The Joker is paying me.
He's from the town just south of me. So I think that was pretty cool how we had to drive 3 hours away to learn that we lived 10 minutes away from each other.
Displays.
You know, that's a lot of the funny part with college, that you get those weird stories. Because I have a lot of friends who are just like from 10 minutes down the road down from here, or an hour down the road. Well, I've met friends who are 3-4 hours away, which I'm 3-4 hours away, so to me that's like 10 minutes away. But yeah, so Ratchet and Clank I like to credit as being the video game that launched my love for the genre, the medium, I guess. And so, something that's pretty cool that's happening in the future is, the reason I like to mention my brother's birthday is, one thing I've always liked to brag about is I love giving my brother really cool presents, because remember, brother, my brother, I like to say, is my best friend. We literally grew up with each other, and no one really else around us. So, because like I said, we lived out in Kansas City, Missouri. We lived in the middle of the country. So when it came to entertainment, we had video games and each other. Video games, movies, and each other. So when it came to actually like having friends over to the house, that rarely happened. We never had friends over, ever. We would never have a friend over, because none of our friends wanted to drive 25 minutes into the middle of the country to do nothing, but just sit around and play video games. I had one friend over the entire 6 years I lived in Kansas City. I had one friend over to the house. One friend from school, I should say. I did have a friend that came over all the time, but he wasn't from school. So me and my brother we would be each other's best friend, essentially. We'd go out to the middle of our giant backyard and play baseball. Ghost runners. You know, we'd probably play some basketball on our little half court that we had. It was just basically it was literally a slab of concrete with a hoop. That's all it was. It wasn't even a court, it was a slab of concrete. Which now I would kill for to have in my backyard, because back then I wasn't really into basketball. I had the best backyard ever, in my opinion. Oh shit, it wants to die. I need to pop this soda cola. Soda cola, there we go. No, I do. Shit! Shut up! No! What the hell happened? I was doing great. I was doing fucking fantastic. I'm sorry if this grows quiet, but I'm like trying to survive. I'm trying my hardest to just survive right now. And there's Commissioner Gordon. Okay. I'm trying to remember how long this really lasts. I think Joker left. Anyway, going into trying to now that I'm able to relax a little bit, going more into why I love giving my brother full presents is just the fact that we grew up together as each other's best friends. You know, we instead of I didn't have to invite my best friend over because he slept right next door. Like our cousin moved in when she was 16, and she was born in 91, and I was born in 98, so she's 7 years older than me.
Lucius Fox, internal.
So,
congratulations, team. Thanks. Successfully integrated.
I was probably been doing my math correctly around 9.
I've got to get back to the station and see about cleaning up this mess.
And so, because of this, my brother and I shared a room for a lot of our childhood. For a lot of our childhood, my brother and I shared a room. And that's, I think, where we bonded the most, because we would, like, push our beds together to make one big bed and sleep together. You know, we were those kinds of brothers. We were inseparable. My brother being an extroverted, you know, computer nerd, with me being eventually a very introverted athlete,
where the Joker is holding SCU's top brass hostage.
we were practically able to become best friends because we were complete total opposites.
Get through as quickly as you can.
And I think that was the coolest part about us. The fact that we were simultaneously polar opposites, but because of that, we were able to become best friends. And about a couple of years ago, for the 2016 Christmas present to my brother, I bought him floor tickets to a Sum 41 concert. It wasn't on Christmas, but it was in October of that year, and I had to tell him in advance, and I had to do a similar thing this year, where Sum 41 is coming back into town this May, and I'm able to.
Anything in particular you're interested in purchasing today?
I was able to give my brother a ticket. So me and my brother are going to a concert, and I'm excited, super excited to go to another concert with my brother.
Purchasing today?
I don't like to brag a whole lot, but I like to brag that I feel like I give my brother the best gifts ever. I think that's okay to brag about. I mean, or maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe someone thinks that I'm boasting, like, oh, I can give my brother the coolest gifts, but you know, I honestly, truly think that it's one of the coolest things. It's one of the coolest things ever that I can be able to do that. And I think after this mission, I think I'm going to call it. I've already been playing for about half an hour, and you know, this is probably the 4th time in the past week I've done this mission. If that, because I didn't really get back into this game about a week ago. I was still not really playing this.
Oracle tell you about Trigon's sin demons? Brother Blood raised them, and now they're all over Metropolis, corrupting people and feeding
But
Trigon.
yeah, after this mission's over, I'm gonna go ahead and call it.
Trigon will rise, and nobody wants that. Trust me.
You will need all your courage for this fight.
Anyway,
Cyborg and the other Titans have already faced Trigon once.
for those of you who are watching, if you feel like you can, you know, give me or Sam some advice on
Trigon's power.
making videos, that would be amazing if you guys could do that. Like, what do you feel like we're doing wrong? What do you think like we can, if there's any equipment we should buy that could help us, out with quality, or just simply what we should talk about? Because I like telling you guys stories from my childhood. I feel like I had a really good childhood with a lot of stories, and you know, I feel like I can tell some of them. I like to think I have a good memory, so I feel like I can recall them fairly well. And like, it's not a really interesting story, but the story of how I got into playing DC Universe Online, or DCUO. It was kind of weird. It wasn't like, it was one of those days where, no, it wasn't like that. It was, Sam had been telling me about this game for,
We could really use your help.
I don't know how
Those
long.
demons tore into this armored car. They didn't just take it.
A few days maybe, I don't know.
We gotta make them profitable.
And he was saying like, dude, you had to play this game. It's pretty cool. I'm having a lot of fun playing it.
Those demons tore into this armored
And it's completely free, which is awesome. So I'm listening, like, okay, so what's it called? He's like, okay, it's called DCUO. It's not just called DCUO. What is it actually called? It's called DC Universe Online. I don't know. It was probably I think it was in 8th grade at the time, so I was probably 14. That sounds right, to be honest. And so I go home. I look at it on PlayStation Store on my PlayStation 3, and there it is. It's DCUO. Like, okay, this looks like a pretty cool game. And so I load it up, and I'm like, oh, this is World of Warcraft, but with DC superheroes. And I was playing it, and it was a lot simpler, because one thing I didn't like with World of Warcraft is that there was a lot of complexity. Or I felt like there was a lot of complexity in it. It took a long time to get to the next level. All this different stuff. I complained a lot with World of Warcraft. I really wanted to get into it so bad, but I felt like the game itself was beating me. So, you know, plus the game just never really, I shouldn't say it didn't really speak to me. It didn't really speak to me, I guess, in the way that I wanted a MMORPG to speak to me. First of all, I wasn't really a big PC gamer, so when it came to playing video games in the PC, World of Warcraft was pretty much it. So I guess I wanted one that was on a console, and
I don't need
DCUO was just kind of just sitting there waiting to be played. So when Sam showed it to me, I was just kind of like, you know what, this is a game that I can definitely get into. And, well, I got into it. I figured out the pattern to leveling up really quickly. The highest level I had for the longest time was like a level 20, which was a mental character on my PS3, which I might still have. I don't know. I have to log on my PS3, my old PS3 account, which is back at home, to see if I still have those characters. And
Grab your own truck, dirtbag!
then I'll have to. I doubt I still have them. I think it was like level 22 was my highest level, and I was so proud of that level 22. My first 30 I got probably right before sophomore year ended. No, right before freshman year ended.
the one with the most.
I got one, and that was I think it was the summer right after freshman year ended. I got my first level 30, and it was I think it was July 4th. I remember that. And what happened was, the reason I actually was playing a lot. I actually got that level 30 in 3 days. And what happened was, I was playing a lot because the first day of the summer, I was playing basketball with a couple of my high school teammates. And long story short, I ended up breaking my ankle. So I'm out for the entire summer. I can't really put any weight on it. So I'm like, okay, so what do I do now? So I just sat in front of my TV and played video games all day. You know, looking back, that was the best and worst part about breaking my ankle. Is that all I did was play video games, but one of the video games I played was NBA 2K. And that's kind of how I learned how to play basketball. Was from playing video games after I broke my ankle from playing basketball. So if I guess I never broke my ankle, I guess I would have never went to college. If you think about it. In that sense.
Hero.
But, you know. It's just a really fun game that, so my first 30, I guess I'll tell you the story of my first 30. It's kind of, it sounds wrong saying that, my first 30. It was my first, that doesn't sound right, but, when I got my first level 30, it was while my ankle was broken. It was that July, and I was just getting back into playing like non-stop. I was playing non-stop. I created a character, I believe it was like on the 1st or the 2nd. I think it was the 2nd. July 2nd. I created a character. It was July 1st, or maybe it was July 1st. I can't remember because I'll tell you why I'm confused in a second. But it was Kensel 31, my tank. Yeah, I don't think I've made a video with him yet, but he's my main. I play him the most still. I still have him. I play him the most out of all 8 of my characters on PlayStation. Because I have characters on PC that I don't play at all. Like they're level 5. I don't even touch them. But I played him non-stop for like 3 days. Sam helped me level him up a little bit. And so
For this fight. Cyborg and the other Titans have already faced Trigon once. Now Trigon's power rises with each citizen corrupted by his sin demons. We must save these people.
I ended up with a level 30 within 3 days. On the 3rd day, I got my level 30. And I was so happy when I got a level 30. I texted Sam like, dude, he's level 30. Dude, I got him level 30. He's like, oh, screw you, I'm still trying to get my guy to 30 or something like that. Or I've only had 130. The reason I was confused about whether I started on the 1st or the 2nd was because a year later, or 2 years later or something like that, I created another character that I still have. My Spider-Man, my Quantum, he's going to be a Quantum Troll, who looks like Spider-Man. I made him, on the 2nd, I believe. Because on the 4th of July is like the day I get 30s apparently. Because that 4th of July, I also got him a level 30. And I also made him only a couple days prior. So like on the 2nd day, I got him to 30. And that was a pretty weird coincidence. So I guess July is kind of my month when it comes to DCUO. You know, it's a summer, I don't have to worry about homework. I sit down and I play constantly. You know, there wasn't any 30s in 2017, or at least any 30s on the 4th in 2017. But 2016, I got one. In 2015, I believe it was, I got one. No, it would have been 2014, because I would have finished my freshman year of high school in 2014, because my brother was a senior and I was a freshman, and he was class of 2014. So, yeah, there's that. But that was my first level 30, and why the 4th of July is kind of a cool day for me in DCUO. I guess it's just a really weird day. The fact I've gotten 2 level 30s. My 2 fastest level 30s, the 2 level 30s I got to level 30 the fastest. Both at 30 on the 4th. And it's combined 5 days of work. That's less than a week. I could get 330s in. I could probably actually get 730s in a week. That would cost me to play constant DCUO for an entire week. But I could do it. Or like I would say I can do it. I mean, anybody can do it. I can do it in a day. It just costs me a lot. But yeah. Minutes of recording again. That is... These videos are insane. Again, please comment what video ideas you have, you know, whether this is a good series or not, because I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna finish this out. I'm gonna get this guy to level 30 entirely on camera. I still think that would be cool to have. But for those of you who watch these, do you think that's a good idea? Because I'm learning this as I go along. I'm sure Sam is too. But you know, I just really wanna know what you guys are thinking about what content you want to see from us. I don't want to die. Don't want to die. And I'm gonna die. Awesome. One more Gluttony Demon. Look at that. Look at how much health that one has. That would have been... Oh, I am so mad right now. That is not... This is not fun. In the sense that... In that sense. I mean, I'm having fun playing. I mean, why wouldn't I have fun if I was playing? Oh, that was annoying. That's not fun. I already have a lot of interest, right? I knew I'm a lot of interest. I can't damage these guys. Yeah, I can't damage. That's the most annoying thing about that thing, is I can't damage them while they're in there.
You think those were bad?
So it's awesome in the sense that I don't get attacked, but I can't attack while they're trapped in there. And there's so many fucking minions of Gluttony. It's so annoying. Anyway, just jump over here.
These wrath demons are the warriors of Trigon's sinful crew. If we can calm the souls of their victims, we break one more source of Trigon's power.
That's how I always get rid of the minions. Oh, explored Metropolis. I didn't realize I explored that much with this guy. Guess I'll have to look back at the footage, right? Oh, no! Run, 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 now, run, now, run. No, run. Fuck. Damn it. I am a complete and utter idiot. That is not, not fun. I've never liked how those guys are just sitting there. Even with my 30s, I don't go out hunting those guys. I know a lot of people do. But don't put them in low-level areas. Just don't. Because that happens. I'm even an experienced player, and that happened to me. So I'm just gonna stay over on this side, and I only get half of the freaking questing field. I still have some of my lingo from World of Warcraft. I know it's like called a questing field, but like this location for a quest, I only get half the location now, because, well, the game developers decided to put a big NPC on the other side, And since I can't compete with it, it owns that side. It's its side now. It owns that side. I have never liked those, you know, NPCs. I think they're really annoying. Oh boy. Boy, this is a night. This is a day and a half of a lot of DCUO. I've played so much DCUO in the past 3 days. Basically every second of my downtime I've played DCUO. Granted, every single one of my friends and teammates have played Fortnite, so I have a teammate friend who all he's done the past 3 days, like I've played DCUO, he's played Fortnite. I've played Fortnite. I don't get it. I do and I don't get it at the same time. You know, it's a fun game.
Thanks for slapping me.
But you know, I don't see why I don't see how people can play that game for hours on end. I don't get it. I've played a total of 3 matches. Maybe I just haven't got the fever yet. I had fun when I played it. I mean, I definitely enjoyed it. It's not gonna be the last time I played Fortnite. You know, I don't get the game. You know what? I don't feel like I need to. It's not my game. This is more my game. Really my game's NBA 2K. I feel like that's really my game. But this is my like really fun game to record and sit down and, you know, just kind of talk about. Right now I just need to defeat 16 Wrath Demons. Seriously. Why do they make you have to beat 20 of these stupid Wrath Demons? And they also put an Avatar of Sin in the battlefield, taking up about half your playing field. Like, that's some of the most annoying bullshit ever. And if I believe I do this to some of these guys, they will unleash the wrath. Great, yeah, awesome. Wrath Demon, please. Yes! Wrath Demon. I just need to kill. I only killed 6 of them. I've killed a lot more than 6. I feel like I've killed a lot more than just 6 of these guys. Granted, this is like the 3rd time I've done this mission today, so you know, my head's probably not in the right place. Plus, it's like almost 11 o'clock at night. So, I've killed so many minions today, it's not even funny. Just trying to stay over here away from Avatar of Sin. But hey, if someone defeats the Avatar of Sin, I will technically be part of it, because I did smack them. Since I did hit the Avatar of Sin, I will get credit if someone people do kill me. I believe I just have to be online. Yeah, I'm not gonna even be close to it. I was about to attack it, but I was like, nope, that's not a good idea. Minions of Wrath. No, let me battle it. 14 of them. That is amazing. That is unbelievably amazing. Wonderful. Stupendous. Bang. 15 of them. Let's get it. Let's get 16. That 16 sounds good. Wrathful Citizen. Let's go and beat you. You got some wrath. Let me just smack you upside the head. Or as the Black Widow from the Avengers calls it, cognitive recalibration. Hate you. Alright. Who here is excited for Avengers Infinity War? Didn't they get... I believe they moved the release date up a week or something like that to we'll avoid spoilers, but it was like also shown to be because of Robert Downey Jr. simply asking for it to be moved up. You know, it's kind of funny. Robert Downey Jr. It looks like Robert Downey Jr. just asked for it and they got it. But it was originally going to come out like May 4th, but they moved it up to like April 27th or something like that. Which I you know, it didn't matter to me. I mean, tomato. I can wait for an Avengers movie. I can't wait for Star Wars movies, so I'm excited for Solo. All right, there's level 19. Yeah, I'll still finish this mission,
Blood is raising Trigon.
even though I did hit 19.
Best to help take him down.
You know, I'll just get close to 20. You know, I'm happy with that.
This is the source of the evil. Brother Blood is barricaded inside, and his vile ritual will
Defeat Brother Blood. For some reason, I thought this was the Trigon mission.
Zatanna, Dr. Fate, and Raven will join
Oh.
you inside.
Brother Blood. I mean, I've done the Trigon mission a lot the past few days as well, so.
Yuck. All these demons in here cannot be sanitary. They all
Alrighty.
rituals, so take them out and
I can't wait till this guy's level 30, to be completely honest. No. Once this guy hits 30, I'm going to be playing this guy a whole ton. I mean, I already am playing a lot. But this guy might become my main once he hits level 30. Because I just love Mental that much. I think Mental is super fun.
Hail Trigon. Let me
You know, I'll just be a DPS. This will be my main DPS, and then I'll have a main tank.
love those.
That's really all I'm going to play, because I found out today I'm not a very amazing healer. I don't know how. Healing is like the easiest thing in the world, apparently. I find tanking to be a lot easier. It's a lot... I mean, healing might be simple, but I don't think it's very easy. I mean, I've always had respect for healers. I've never blamed the healer for everything. It's easy to blame the healer for everything. If you're a guy who dies in a mission, or dies in a on-duty mission, and you instantaneously blame the healer, I think you are... I mean, it is very rarely the healer's fault. The healer gets blamed for so much crap. It's not even funny. Sometimes it's the tank for not holding all the aggro. You know, sometimes it's you for not killing the dude fast enough. That's my anger for being a tank. Because my idea of being a tank is being very bulky, doing, you know, pulling first, defense, you know, damage second, while you're also very bulky and can't really be killed in that sense. So it's basically stay alive. It's basically, of course, stay alive is everyone's number one. But, you know, hold the attention, hold the aggro of all the opponents. You know, basically pulling, as well as then dealing damage. You know, damage should never be your #1 priority when you're a tank. That's how I feel. I know some people who play offensive tanks and they deal a lot of damage just to hold the aggro. I can see how that works, but it's not my play style. I prefer to just simply, you know, be bulky and, you know, just pull. You know, let the DPS do their job. At that point, I mean, you're just a really powerful DPS, and I don't really like that. You're just a really bulky DPS. Or DD, as people call it here. Damage dealer. Aren't I supposed to battle Sloth? Yeah, they made me Sloth. I thought this is what I was supposed to battle. Oh, Raven's helped me out. Awesome. Thank you, Raven. That's it. Awesome. Moving on. No, it's not it. Awesome. Just grand. What the fuck? Oh. But yeah, who's kind of coming back to that Avengers talk? You know, who's your guys' favorite Avenger? For me, I've actually always liked Hawkeye. I don't know why people hate on him. It's a lack of screen time, I guess. It's why a lot of people hate him and feel like he's worthless. But I've always loved archery. I've always thought it was a really cool sport. I never got into it. Like I've shot bows and arrows, but that's the extent of my experience in archery. But, like, I've always loved the archery. That's why I've always liked the Hunger Games. That was really cool because Katniss did archery, and that's how she hunted. She hunted with bows and arrows. I always thought that if I was a hunter, I prefer bow hunting because I thought bows were so much cooler than guns. Not that guns aren't cool. I mean, I think guns are amazing. But just something about a bow and arrow that it just screams cool to me. And the fact that Hawkeye can do so much with just a bow and arrow, like he can unwind it and becomes a staff, I think that's awesome because I also love staffs. Excuse me. Because I think stabs are also super cool when it comes to being a superhero. Like Donatello from TMNT. The fact that he uses a staff, I think that's the coolest thing in the world. I love how Donatello uses a staff. That's what makes him my favorite turtle. So Hawkeye to me just screams cool. I love how they expanded on his character in Age of Ultron because I feel like that was really necessary. But again, he doesn't get a whole lot of screen time in Civil War. I hope he gets a ton of screen time in the Black Widow movie. And I hope that they eventually create a Black Widow Hawkeye movie, like a duo. Or that Black Widow will be a duo. Kind of like how Civil War was about Captain America, but it had a ton of Iron Man in it. Similar to that. That's what I want from the Black Widow movie, which I believe is coming next year, 2019. Not 100%, I believe that's when it comes out. Continuing on with Infinity War. I'm hyped. I really want to see it. But, you know, I was also hyped about Age of Ultron. You know, and Age of Ultron was really, really cool. But looking back on it, it's not even my favorite superhero movie. You know, if you're as big as the Avengers, you have to hit it out of the park. I mean, they did, but it wasn't as good. I mean, it was never going to be nearly as good as the first. Let's be honest. The first movie was unbelievably popular. It was unbelievably cool. They nailed every aspect of the movie. It's hard to do that again. I think part of it was they killed Quicksilver. Sorry, spoilers. Huge spoiler if you haven't seen Age of Ultron. Yeah, since the cat's out of the bag, yeah, Quicksilver dies. Very heroically, I might add, but you know, they did get, if they had to give anyone a send off, I don't think it's I actually don't really care for Scarlet Witch very much. I don't know, hate me if you want to. Hate me because I don't really care for Scarlet Witch. You know, if a character has to die in Infinity War, and it's Scarlet Witch, as long as they give her if they give her a great send-off, I would actually be happier that she's gone because, first of all, she had a good death. And I feel like her character just takes away from other characters' screen time. Because I think Scarlet Witch in just Civil War and Age of Ultron has had more screen time than Hawkeye in every single movie that he's appeared in. Like, that is not cool to me. But I'm also wondering how they're going to make the Black Widow movie. Is it going to be like a James Bond-esque film? Like, how are they going to do it? Because she doesn't have any powers. She's just extremely acrobatic and flexible. Really, that's like all she really is. But you know what? you know, we'll see. It honestly shouldn't be me that's trusting Marvel, but I trust Marvel that they do a great job. DC, on the other hand, I've always loved DC's superheroes more than Marvel superheroes. I always have, always will. But I want DC to succeed so badly. You know, if I have to choose between the Avengers and the Justice League, I will choose the Justice League 10 out of 10 times. I think the Justice League is so cool compared to the Avengers. The Avengers are awesome, but to show that I love the Justice League more shows how much I really do like the Justice League.
I'll die before I become your wife, Blood.
So I think the Justice League is a lot cooler. Partly because I grew up with them a little bit more. I watched the Justice League TV show. So I got to know them, I guess, a little bit more from childhood. Plus the only Marvel hero I really grew up with was Spider-Man. And I grew up with Iron Man a little bit because I was 9 when the first movie came out. But, you know, it's at the same time in just movies. You know, it's a lot of my childhood. I really want DC to, you know, do well. Ooh, I got Brother Blood's hood. Oh yeah, I'm getting that hood. Definitely. This guy's getting all the cool hoods. I'll have to send a picture of that to Sam. Say, hey, I was playing this guy and I got Brother Blood's hood. I think we mentioned this before, but Sam has been farming this Scarecrow helm, which is the one I'm wearing right now, for months, possibly a year, possibly years. Oh, and that one's cool. Okay, I might have to hunt that one down for another character, for another one of my series. But oh, that's a cool one. I'm keeping the Scarecrow helm. But
Trust me.
I have Brother Blood's cowl. I think that's really cool. Alright, skip this. And let's go back to the police station. I think that's going to call it for an episode. I'm just going to run back to the police station, sell some stuff. For the sake of the video, I'll keep it rolling until I log off. For the sake of me logging every waking second of this character's rise to level 30. But again, please comment below. What video ideas do you have for us? Are these good? Is this a cool idea? Because I don't feel like anyone really makes these videos, which tells me one of two things. Either one, we're being very creative in doing it, or two, we are not the first people who've thought of this, and we are the first people to make these videos for a very specific reason, in the sense that no one's going to watch these. But, you know, I still think it's a really cool idea. Regardless of what you guys say about these videos or not, we're still going to make them because we want to make these. I mean, at least I want to record this guy getting to level 30. I think it'd be cool to say I recorded an entire character's journey to level 30. And posted it on the internet. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool to say. So, if you guys like this, maybe we'll do it again. But, you know, we'll see. So those of you who are watching, please let us know whether you think this is a good idea or not. I always say idea. I'm saying idea a lot. But yeah, so I'm going to sell some stuff, and I think I'm going to call the episode right then and there after I sell some stuff. But so anyway, I guess all I gotta say is thank you everybody for watching. For those of you who are watching, and again, all I'm asking for from you guys is just tips or comments or just simply ideas. Because I want to do this for you guys. I think it'd be cool to be able to make videos on the internet. I think that would be a pretty cool thing to say. I might not say that in a couple years down the road, but you know, I feel that's the way I feel. You know, if that's making an hour-long video a day, you know, taking an hour out of my day to make a video, to record a video, I think that would be okay. I need to get rid of these Solar Color Classics. No wonder I was dying so much. Holy cow! I'm using Solar Color Classic. There we go. That's a lot better. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This will conclude the video. Please, all I'm asking for again are just tips, any pieces of advice you guys would have for us, because I'm trying to learn this as I go. I believe Sam's trying to learn this as I go. Sam's not here. I can't really speak for him, but I'm just trying to learn as I go. And the best way I feel like I can learn is if I get feedback. So, thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And please join us again in our